Let's talk turkey. What's the cost of this year's Thanksgiving dinner? Joining us right now, guys, run the numbers. Clark Hodges, financial strategist. Good morning, Clark. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm well and looking forward to Thanksgiving, even if it's a couple of pennies more or a couple of pennies less. But let's run the numbers. Apparently, Thanksgiving Day is less expensive this year than last, yeah?
Right, it is. You know, preparing the meal and getting all the ingredients for a typical meal is going to cost you about 44 cents less this year than it did last year. So that's a little bit of good news for everybody.
Why would that be?
Really, the commodity prices have stabilized this last year. They've been on an upswing since the recession ended in 2008 and 2009, but they've really stabilized this year. So your cost savings is there, plus the transportation cost of getting all food items from the farm, if you will, to the dinner table have gone down. Whether it's you driving to the store to pick things up, it's cheaper, and all the trucking and rail and all the different avenues of getting the product to the table, to the stores, has gone down as well.
One of the things to add a fuller context to this, though, Clark, is that the difference between 2012 and 2013 is down 44 cents. The difference between 2010 and 2013 is not as cheery. In 2010, It was $43.47, and we're up around, what, $4 or $5, right?
Right, we're at almost $49 plus, almost $50. So yes, you've seen a big jump if you look back a couple of years.
What impact does this have on a family and more importantly on the economy? Is this going to free up those 44 cents per meal to be spent on Christmas gifts? I know it sounds silly, but you take that 44 cents and multiply it by a couple 300 million people. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but then you have to add in the other cost of things going on. For example, if you're a family that travels on an airplane for the holidays, it's not going to do you much good at all because the increase in airfare is substantially higher than the savings you're going to get on preparing the meal for Thanksgiving. And I think that's a big factor in holiday travel, which if you're used to traveling by plane to see the relatives wherever you might have to go.
Yeah, of course, some of us fly Spirit Air, Clark, where we're simply asked to pitch in for gas. So it's a whole different, it's a different kind of flying experience. It really is. Well, listen, Clark, thanks very much for spending a couple minutes with us, running down the cost of this year's Thanksgiving meal. The average turkey day dinner, $49.04. That's down a little from last year, but up in the last 3 years from $43.47. A financial strategist, Clark Hodges, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving.